Good day, everybody. Welcome to my channel. Um, just quickly run down on a message that I did the other day. I was getting in this message that it, something dated right back to 1616. I haven't checked that date yet, but now there's a crow speaking outside. There's not very often there's crows here. But there's a message coming in for someone. So, anyway, there was in this reading, there was something that was found in a cave, and it goes back generations, right? So something that was found in a cave is about a lineage, a following of a lineage, a bloodline. I can't remember everything exactly that came out in that reading, but it related to, and then the last couple of days I kept getting things in my feeds about the scrolls missing. Mary Magdalene's contribution to the scripture found in a cave, and also the scriptures from Thomas and Philip, and there was another one. Anyway, these were coming out, and it was to do with the bloodline of Jesus, and Mary Magdalene actually being his partner, and that they had a child with Sarah, who was Sarah, and they were went to France, and of course we've got, like, you know, there's all these caves and that in France. Anyway, and I think it was France where they found the scriptures, but this was coming out in my reading the other day. I didn't know what it was, but anyway, once this was coming in the newsfeed, I realised what that was. So this is what it was about, and it was about the bloodline of Jesus. They had a child, Sarah, and people followed the lineage across seas, and their footprints are being followed. So the lineage of Jesus is coming out. And the Knights Templars, who were protectors. So the Knights Templars were actually murdered. You know, like I thought years ago they sort of like spoke about the Knights Templars as being protectors and the early bankers for the pilgrims, and they protected them. But they also were the protectors of the Jesus lineage. And of course they were all murdered and burnt, you know, in public for being heretics, and they were tortured and accused of all these terrible sins, apparently. But it was because they were protecting the Jesus bloodline, and the stories that were hidden from the public about, you know, which contained Mary Magdalene's story, and parts of the scripture that were banned from the Bible, as well as Thomas and Philip, and there was another one I can't think of. Yeah, anyway, so that's what this is about. So let's see if we get any more on this story. And who's being followed at this time. It could have, well, you know, like, this is who we know as the, you know, those with the bloodlines, and the chosen ones are the bloodlines of Jesus, right? Because they hold that energy, the frequency of Jesus within their DNA. So many of you in the collective could actually be that, or those that have resonated with the Jesus frequency. It doesn't necessarily mean you're part of the bloodline, but it could mean that you resonate with that, and that was what Jesus was trying to promote anyway, was love frequency. And see, by taking the feminine out of the Bible, because I think it was, now who was it? Which one? Was it Peter or Paul? One of them. Well, they all got together, and it was unacceptable to have a woman in such a powerful position, so they demonised Mary Magdalene as a prostitute and just, like a follower of Jesus. But she was much more than that. She knew a lot, much more. There was, many parts in the scripture where they speak about how Jesus actually kissed Mary on the lips and shared sacred information with her rather than with the others. Can you please move away from there, please? Sorry, this is my puppy. I need to put that there, and you're in the way. So just, can you go over that? Over here. You know why she always has to get right underneath my microphone, and it interferes with the sound. But anyway, let's get into this. So anyway, by taking the feminine out of the scriptures, it was like about taking the love away, taking the love out of the scriptures, which is what Jesus, was all about. And then it just became, that's where we got out of whack with the, too much masculine and not enough feminine in society. Like to demonise the feminine, which they did with the scriptures, and to withhold that feminine influence within the scriptures, created an imbalance and created a lot of the, male dominant energies. There was that male dominance that became very much out of balance because they took the feminine out. So now it is time for the rise of the feminine, because those bloodlines are now being recognised. That bloodline has been now recognised, that Sarah was actually the direct descendant of Jesus. And so these scriptures are actually being recognised now and accepted, more accepted. But not necessarily in the churches, because, there's a whole lot of panic, I believe, as to, giving up that power to the feminine. Or it's not giving up the power, or sharing that power with the feminine energy. But that's what's coming out now. So let's see. So people could be targeted now. People are still being targeted now, those that are of that lineage, and they're being found, and they're finding who they are, and that's why they've been trapped, and they've been chased since way back. But I don't know why 1616 was significant, but within that history, I don't know what happened at that time, but for some reason it was significant. And the bloodlines were tracked across seas. Number 5 just came out. It could be an tax invasion. Now, I've just got 1764. The American Revolution. The government failure to protect. You've got organised crime. 5 came out. Number 5. So that's what happened in America during the American Revolution, when the Braxton boys raid on the West Peninsula. Native American tribes in relation to Pontiac Rebellion, the Pontiac Rebellion in Detroit. The American Rebellion, so colonial government failure to protect. So somebody might be, so we've got organised crime here. And it's something about that organised crime is like, what I'm getting from this is somebody was not protected by the authorities. And it's coming out as organised crime, like it was an organised thing that happened to somebody that may have been being persecuted, but it was because of the bloodline. So the organised crime, it was a target towards somebody that has been tracked since childhood. Somebody being tracked since childhood, and it was an organised that this person was not protected because this person is exposing, well, it is of the bloodline. Wow. There was an RAPE that failed. There's a high-level thief involved. Protection. Consumers. And to come out again. And the race riots of 1964. Civilian Rights Act of 1964. Vietnam War. American intervention. We've got consumers. The American intervention in the Vietnam War is significant. And we've got 1864 movie. So the movie 1864 about the Prussia and Austria declared war on Denmark. I don't know why this is significant, but it's come out. January is here. Oh, puppy keeps moving my stuff. Somebody needs to meditate. There's a baby. So somebody has been following somebody since they were a baby. There is a groupie coming out. They're saying they won't attack. There's a shop assistant, a glitch. I don't know, there's a glitch. Do you know the shop assistant? An old person and jealousy. It's come out in reverse, so I don't think that was meant for anything. So let's, there's a storm. There was a storm. We had a storm the other day. Oh, this could be creating a big storm. And fleeing. Look. The mother and the child fleeing. Now that's... the kangaroo and the baby. Fleeing to Australia, maybe. Storm. There's a storm and the fleeing of the mother and child. Well, this is what happened with Mary Magdalene when, you know, like after the sacrifice of Christ, she ran away and found refuge in France and created and was protected in the gypsy lineages. Within the gypsy community, she was protected. And she, yes. Yeah, and that's where the child was raised, Sarah. Okay. Okay, so then let's go back. This one. First clarify the storm and the mother and child, please, here, Spirit. Clarify the storm with the mother and child. Okay, so there's a King of Wands. King of Wands and 66. There's the storm. Look at those clouds. A storm over a hill. Somebody could be positioned over a hill, because that was what was coming out, as well as the Watchers. Yeah, there's a storm coming up over the hill, and there's the Watchers over a hill. There could be a Page of Pentacles, who could be a 22, ascended. It could be or somebody coming up in the ranks as a ascended Master 22. Where's 5 here? And that was a Page of Pentacles. There could be a Earth sign. 5. Under the Moon. 8. Somebody walking away. 32, 32. 5, 5. 5, 5, 5, 5. And the 7 of Wands. So the 8 of Cups, 7 of Wands. Yeah, this is getting away. So somebody fled the storm. They got away to change. So we've got 5. This is coming out under number 5. Then we've got 32, 32, which is, you know, adds up to 5, 5. And then we've got 23, 23, which is 5, 5. On the 7 of Wands. So this is a protection, this is the guards up, this is like being out there with the rats. So this is a royal bloodline, but, you know, I don't want to say that the gypsies are the rats, but it's just saying, like, you know, those that were considered, you know, people labelled the gypsies as rats, you know. That's not the case, obviously. We're all human beings on this planet, right? These people protected Jesus' bloodline. So we've got organised crime here. Clarify. So this is bringing this story into the now. What is this organised crime? Please, Spirit. Organised crime. I don't know what I'm going to call. I don't know what I'm going to label this story as, but it's coming out. 6 of Cups, we've got 16, 16, 7, 7, 6 of Cups. So yeah, this is going back in the past. This is the stars. So somebody's looking in the stars, somebody's looking, and that's what came out in that reading the other day too, is that somebody was looking at somebody's birth charts, and the birth charts add up, right? To a specific time, organised. And they're coming across the water. So somebody is coming across the water. Someone's travelling in these ships. 8 of... This is the past. And it's also the bloodline. So organised crime to do with this. The organisation, this is the organised crime, is the reading of the star charts. They're tracking someone down by reading their birth charts. And this is organised crime. 6 of Cups. There's this mountain again. 8 of Wands. This is a message. 21, 21. So there's a message coming over a mountain. Or there's a message that somebody's in a mountain, or near a mountain, or at a mountain. So somebody has located somebody. And there is the Ace of Pentacles and the Sun. So somebody's offering somebody some money. And it could be, is this overseer? Since somebody was 13. Somebody was with somebody since they were 13. There also could be a page of pentacles that could be overseeing. This could be a child of this line. Could be a Capricorn. This could be someone's child. Somebody's being paid, and the organised crime is that I feel that this person has been following someone since they were 13. That card's not meant to be in there. We've got an Ace of Cups. This could be somebody's love. So that card doesn't even belong there. Somebody's love interest. Oh, this is the Holy Grail. Oh my goodness. The Holy Grail is the womb, right? The cup. The womb, you know, where life is born, because it holds the secret, the cup, the womb, the life, the secret to life. And this is also somebody's, it could have been somebody's partner here. Is part of this organised crime, and they might have been paid. Consumers, clarify the consumers. Clarify the consumers. A King of Cups. He's singing. He's in a house. 4-4, stability. Foundation, consumers and foundation. I'm getting this King of Cups could be this person. That could have been serenading somebody, serenading somebody, like coming across with a firm foundation, but this could be this person could be, you know, like put in a position to bring somebody a foundation, a stability, but this person could be being paid by the organised crime organisers. And then we've got a King of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. It's again, so somebody in catfish, right? That's what Spirit just said. This is a catfish, whoever this person is. King of Cups, could be somebody's husband. 10 of Pentacles, and we've got the book, the history, the knowledge. This knowledge is worth a lot of money. There's knowledge here worth money. Tell us about this 10 of Cups. So somebody bringing somebody stability here. What is this? Consumers of information, consumers of the book, consumers of the Bible. This could be somebody that is of the clergy, I just heard. We've got 13 here, we have the overseer again. See, overseeing this child, the bloodline, the child. The knowledge, overseeing the knowledge, protecting the knowledge. So somebody, they're trying to protect the knowledge, right? Like there's a lot of money involved here. So somebody's got a lot of money on their head. Clarify this baby, the baby, marriage, somebody's baby. 25, 25, 7, 7. That's a holy number, right? 7. We have the Ace of Wands, the new beginning, the marriage, the baby. So somebody's getting married. they might be having a baby. And this is part of this bloodline. This could be a Freemason. Now the Freemasons were connected to the Knights Templars, right? But then the second wave of Knights Templars were a corruption of the first, who were there actually to protect the bloodline, and that's why they were all murdered. I think there was like one or two that actually escaped that persecution. I don't know who they were. Did they escape and get to America or something like that? There was a couple of them that escaped the persecution and the death squads. You know, they were, and I think they escaped the torture, that they were tortured to admit you know, how do I say it? Admit being warlocks and, you know, doing, you know, heretical things. I don't know if that's a word, but you know what I mean? Like, they were deemed heretics and burnt and tortured and all sorts of terrible things. But then there was another wave of them that came up in the Freemasonry. But you see, the Freemasons were the protectors of the knowledge. That's why they're a secret society. That's how come they were created, because they also had the knowledge of the, you know, of the sacred geometry, and the Freemasons, as they're Masons, they're builders, and so they had the sacred knowledge of sacred geometry, and you know, like how to manifest, how to. They were magicians, right? All classed as magicians, but this is like Jesus frequency, like God frequency is manifesting frequency. It's a alchemy. It's alchemists. It's alchemy is God frequency. But see, we've all been programmed to believe that we are not capable of doing that, to keep us all in that lack mindset of not being able to create for ourselves in a natural environment, alongside nature and with that sacred geometry, that natural, you know, how everything is has its patterning and frequencies. Frequencies is patterning. Six of Pentacles, balancing the pair, the pair, the balancing of the feminine masculine energy. So that was what it was. They threw everything out of whack, out of balance, because it was all masculine, and because they wanted to eradicate the feminine influence. But that put everything out of balance. But this is about putting it back into balance, right? And there's a marriage involved in this somehow. Yeah, because this is giving me the divine union, like, and that's what Jesus and Mary Magdalene were, and this is what it is for the chosen as well. You know, a lot of the chosen, you know, they're on that twin flame journey, because they're the energies that are being, or they're meant to be in place together to promote that balanced love, to bring back the love in our society, because it was all out of whack and all too much masculine, and it was all violence and it was all terror, because they took away the feminine energy, the feminine balance, by eradicating Mary Magdalene and promoting Jesus as being a standalone Messiah without that feminine balance, because the masculine wanted all the power in the churches. They couldn't allow a woman to have that much power, so they become corrupt. And this is what they were overseeing, and that's what they were they were trying to keep that knowledge suppressed. And then we've got 1111 here as well, which is the balance of power. They wanted the balance of power for themselves. And the problem is that they, see, the Freemasonry were there first to, or the Knights Templars, who had that sacred knowledge of the sacred geometry, knew this, but they became corrupt, right? Because the Masons were a secret society. Yeah, originally, or the story as I know it, is that it was to do with like I think it was the clergy again, wanted the power over the Freemasonry. The Freemasons, like the Masons, those with the physical and knowledge to actually create, build, right? What did they do? They taxed them, or they wanted the power over them, and so they went underground and they worked, and that's why they were secret, because they were like highly taxed or something from the clergy. It was something like that, and so the Masonry became a secret society that they created and built, and they protected the sacred geometry and that knowledge within the Freemasons, like that. And that sacred knowledge contained that balance of the two. And the marriages of the 144,000, so they were pairs, like the masculine and the feminine, and they were supposed to come together to promote that, to bring back that balance of love, the cup in society, because it was taken away. So the feminine strength was weakened by putting the feminine into like a slave role to serve the man, right? Because the man's ego wanted to be the man, to be the power, without that balance, right? Something in my eye. That's good. So something about the eye, preventing someone from seeing. Somebody's trying to prevent somebody from seeing something here. Okay, 6 of Pentacles. Okay. 33. The 33, the highest degree. Freemasons, right? Which is also 33 frequency, which is also Jesus frequency. So why is it Jesus frequency is 33, and also the Freemasons highest degree, 33? You know, like they've got to get to the 33rd degree to have gone through all the lessons to be, you know, like considered an ascended master. And this is the 10 of Swords. So somebody wants to 10 of Swords, the 6 of Pentacles, and a marriage here. So they want to stop this union. Someone wants to stop a union. So that's the unions of the 144,000, the twin flames that are of the 144,000, because when they come together in union and have a child, that creates that more love on earth and balances out that, you know, like the frequency, and puts the pattern back into alignment of love with this new baby here. Because if the 144,000 come together in union with their twin flame energies and have a rebirth, right? And that's also a rebirth in teaching, as well as like physical children. that brings more love to humanity. But they're trying to Ten of Swords this, so that's the demonic energies, the demons, the devil energy wants to stop that, and this is the church because they want that power for themselves. That's the demon. The clergy, I'm hearing. So they're coming across water, they're chasing someone's footsteps, and it's all these 144,000 that are supposed to be coming in a union that are being targeted to stop those unions coming together because they are going to promote love. Because they are of the highest degree. And here we have, this always gives me the Freemason energy here with the checkered floorboard here. And this is a Knight of Cups to bring love. So it's like he's missing his love here. So there's a knight here that is looking for his princess. He's alone. And he's sad. Because he's been cut off. So let's have a look at this groupie. What is this groupie? So, you know, a lot of the masculine energies did get seduced by a lot of the Jezebel energies to try and not let the twin flame unions come together. Yeah, look, ow, damn, somebody might have hurt their hand. Like that was just like random. It's like whacking, somebody's whacked someone's hand and the thumb. So here we have this overseer to try and keep people apart, this groupie. So somebody's like got someone around them and they could actually have like a masculine that might have another masculine groupie around him that is in this overseeing energy to stop them from, somebody might have whacked somebody's hand for whatever reason. Like, wow, it still hurts. Stop them looking at someone? Somebody could have whacked someone's hand to somehow stop them looking at someone, because I've had that thing in my eye and then I've got this thumb. Oh my God. Somebody could be getting, oh my God, somebody's getting thumb screws or something. Because that's going back, that's old. These old torture treatments are actually being used again. And I did see that somewhere, that they were making torture instruments in China, the same type of disgusting stuff that they made, you know, going back to the Inquisition, right? That's giving me torture. Somebody was getting their thumb screwed. Shit. This is some crazy ass shit here. Tell us about this overseer, please, Spirit. The overseer, this is the person that does the torture treatments. Oh God, so there might be, so somebody might be actually going through something here. We have the Nine of Cups. Somebody's on their trusty steed. Somebody might have escaped and they might be heading towards their Nine of Cups, their wish fulfillment. Then they're just need one more cup. It's like they've gone through some processes and they've just got one more thing to do. And we've got this one here. So we've got the Nine of Cups, and then to get to the Ten of Cups, the whole wish fulfillment. Somebody's just got one more thing to do, and then they're on their way to somebody here. Bottom of the deck here, we've got the Six of Swords. Yeah, somebody moving to calmer waters. Like they're escaping this torture chamber here. Well, there's this castle. They're moving to calmer waters. This person's got away from this overseer, you know, the torture man. Whatever you call him. And he's escaped. And he's on his horse. This is crazy. Well, a King of Pentacles is catfishing, is on their tail. There's a king here. Well, this is giving me like a supporter. A supporter could be here. This King of Pentacles could be somebody on the other, somewhere else across the water is catfishing someone here, and they could be actually catfishing the overseers. This King of Pentacles could be supporting this man on his horse. Yeah, it's like he's like giving him rite of passage. He's catfishing someone to keep someone at bay, so somebody can get to someone else, like somebody's encouraging someone. But they're catfishing somebody else to do that. This is so wild. The Eight of Swords. Somebody might be in jail. And somebody's escaped jail. Somebody's actually catfished somebody, like they've done something for somebody else to escape something. And they've sacrificed themselves. Somebody in jail. It's like one person locked up and somebody's helped another person get away because they know, well, I'm feeling really emotional here, and this person didn't want to sacrifice that person, but that person said no, like because this person was the twin flame energy that had to get to, you know, like he was the one that had to get to wherever that is. And this one sacrificed himself in the prison for the other person to get away, because they were the one that, so this person took the torture for the other. Wow. So that was a sacrifice that this person made for the other person that had to go and be in union with the twin flame. Because they knew of that bloodline, and they knew what the role was. But it's very emotional sacrifice here. Wow. And this person is king. This was a king. So what is the shop assistant here? What is this shop assistant? Maybe somebody was a shop assistant. What is this humble person? Shop assistant. Clarify the shop assistant. Seven of Pentacles. 12. Building the nest, the investment. Building the nest. So somebody's investing on, and somebody's overseeing an investment, like building the nest to accommodate someone here. That's what the shop assistant is giving me, like somebody that is like building the nest for the union and it's been protected. See, we have this protection energy, somebody's building, and these are like, this is like a guard watching overseeing the building of the nest for, so this is giving me like the divine protection of the unions and overseeing the place, you know what I mean, like the building of the nest for the unions to take place. And this is all happening simultaneously, like, wow, like this is freaky. And then we have like this, at the bottom of the deck here, we've got the 33, it's in reverse. The key is in reverse. So what is going on here? Why is it in reverse? The Eight of Pentacles of work. Something's not working. Somebody can't open a door, or they can't get in. Somebody can't get into the degree. 30, yeah, somebody can't ascend. Somebody's not ascending. They can't get in the door. They haven't got the key. They haven't got the key to get in the door. Because it's protected. Something, it's protected. Tell us about this Seven of Pentacles. Look. Here's our nobleman. This is our man. This is our Knight of Cups. This person is like waiting. This is giving me like a groom waiting. He's a groom. A groom. 28, 28. He's waiting for the bride to come. So our masculines could be waiting for the arrival of the feminine. This is crazy. And he's sad. He thinks that she might not come. Is he waiting? It's like he's built the nest, and now he's waiting for the feminine to show up. Something like that. 6, 7 of Cups. But there's an illusion here. 5, 5. Under a tree. There's an illusion. Somebody's... what is this? Well, somebody might be thinking that somebody's got other options. Seven of Swords, a deception with a letter. There might be a deception with somebody's message, and we've got this Page of Swords, so some sort of information, some sort of knowledge. 6 of Wands. There's a victory here though over this church. This is like the Rosy Cross. 36, 36. There's a message, some sort of knowledge, but there's a deception within the knowledge. Somebody's saying that somebody's not. Somebody got a message about the feminine energy, but it's a deception. And this masculine here is worried that the feminine's not going to show up. Because they have been told that they've got other options, but this is not right. This is not true. This is one hell of a reading, I can tell you. There is a victory here, but wow, shit. Let's have a look at what's going to come out with our Kipper. Okay, so clarify the King of Wands. So his thoughts, storm, a storm brewing. The feminine is, if the feminine's the one that's in transit, it seems. Eight of Cups and the Seven of Wands. So somebody's movement's been protected. A long road, yeah. So somebody's journey is being protected. Somebody's been protected on their journey, and it's giving them these gypsies protecting this journey. Unexpected money. Somebody's been paid. Somebody might be paid. Protection money, I just heard. Organised crime, protection money. Somebody's been paid protection money. But this is coming out under organised crime, but this could be a deception on its own, the organised crime. Six of Cups, the past. Six of Cups, there's a false person. There's no grief here though. Yeah, didn't I just say? This is like a deception that it's organised crime, but it's considered a crime by the authorities that are on this person's tail. So they could be like of some sort of, you know, like gang sort of thing here. But it's like this person is somebody who's been paid to protect somebody here on a journey. It's like protection money, you know? Isn't that what the Knights Templars did? They were there to protect the bloodline, but it was considered a crime, right? And then they were persecuted and put under torture and you know, burnt. That's what this is. But with the Eight of Wands, yeah, there's a message that somebody was paid unexpected money to protect the bloodline. The Ace of Cups, which is the Holy Grail, which is the womb, the feminine energy. So clarify the King of Cups. No child here, or no new beginning. What's going on here on this journey? Murky thoughts. This is, okay, so yeah, this is the corrupt energy, the consumer of the child. Ugh. Child consumers. Ugh. My God. The hell, murky thoughts on the journey, the child consumer. There's a lot of money involved in consuming children in this history. And this is giving me this watcher here, watching this child since they were 13. So this could be like a predator. Murky thoughts on the journey, somebody wanting to consume a child, or consume, yeah, the child. The offspring of the bloodline is powerful and worth a lot of money in this book, being the Holy Scriptures. The consuming of children. Fuck. Oh, this is deep, this is deep. Okay, the Ace of... Clarify the book. The Ten of Pentacles. Guarded. The authorities. Guarded by the authorities. To only release certain information. So clarify this Knight of Swords. Big luck. Somebody's seeing this as big luck. This child. They've come across somebody of the bloodline. Right? A child of the bloodline. Somebody's come across the child of the bloodline and they're seeing it as big luck. As like beauty. I can sell this. Right? This person could be like in the... I heard armed forces, or they could be a police officer. In these images here, he's a knight, but he's a sellout. This is a consumer of children. This is a predator. Making money off of them. This person is corrupt. Officer of some sort. Clarify the baby with the Ace of Wands and the marriage. Oh, high honor. This is a high honor marriage. But somebody's sick. High honor. Child. Somebody's unwell. A gift is unwell. Somebody trying to make someone sick that's in high honor. Somebody may be sick, like somebody might be pregnant and having morning sickness or something. Six of Pentacles, clarify. There's a thief. Somebody wants to steal the balance, right? And then you've got the Ten of Swords. A meeting. There was a meeting and somebody travelled. Could be a meeting. It's unofficial, but this could be unofficial as such. There was an unofficial meeting, for somebody to travel to steal the child from this high honor bloodline. This is coming across as a police officer, so an authority is going to, Ten of Swords, the meeting, an unofficial meeting. Could be in a house. This is unofficial meeting. Yeah, this is sad news. There could be cancer involved. Somebody wants to steal the balance, you see? Steal the balance of power, steal the balance of the masculine and feminine energy. It's creepy. Clarify this, overseer. We have a good lady. Somebody's overseeing the good lady. And we have the Nine of Cups, clarify. The gift. Somebody's overseeing the good lady who is the gift. And this is a knight coming in here. There's a knight that is overseeing somebody. Somebody's protected. And we have this King of Pentacles, who I was saying, who is catfishing somebody to steer them off course, off of somebody's tail. Clarify the King of Pentacles. Yeah, expect a King of Pentacles. This person is a catfish, but he's a catfish for the other side. Like he was a catfish for the bloodline. But he's catfishing the authority in order to protect the bloodline. And he may be sacrificing himself here. Seven of Pentacles. The prison. Did I not say somebody escaped a prison? Somebody escaped a prison to build a nest. The Knight of Cups. This is the love. This is the masculine. There's pleasant news. So he's got some sort of pleasant news. Well, this is pleasant news for the feminine, that somebody escaped the prison. Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups. The illusion of marriage. So there was an illusion that's, because he was worried, right? That he got a message that somebody had already hooked up with someone else. They had other options. So this masculine was worried that the feminine had already found someone else while they were in prison. This is amazing. The Page of Swords. Clarify the Page of Swords. The main female. Yeah. There she is. There she is. She's of the bloodline. And the Seven of Swords, yeah, that was the illusion, right? Was that this person was already taken. Good Lord. But the good Lord is here to protect. And this good Lord, I feel, was this King of Pentacles who was catfishing to protect the royal bloodline. And so they catfished the authority to throw them off course. Shit, I don't even know whether I should be saying this. Wow. This story, man, we have a rich man. Legal matter. There's no legal matter with a rich girl. There's a lot of money. And not in a living room, the main male. In a house. Occupation. Gosh, this is like... this is like mad. Absolutely mad. Right, now what? Let's see if we can see who's here, like, clarify the catfish man, the King of Pentacles. Somebody could be using blackmail. Clarify the gift here with the Nine of Cups. The gift with the Nine of Cups. A love interest, yeah. They've got the gift. They've got the ring, or, you know, something. They're the love interest. So clarify the jail. Somebody escaped jail. Some sister. Somebody's sister escaped jail. A friend. Or they assisted. Somebody's sister helped somebody to escape jail. How interesting. Assistant, they were an assistant to escape. But so was this King of Pentacles here. There was a Pisces in reverse. Could have been like a decoy or something. Pray for the good lady. They were a sacrifice, I heard. They were a sacrifice. Shit. An Aquarius. Could be an overseer. Clarify the pleasant letter. A Gemini. Pleasant news from a Gemini or for a Gemini. The good Lord. Clarify the good Lord. Somebody's daughter. Somebody's daughter could be protected by the good Lord, or they've got a good Lord coming in. A homeless. We've got somebody homeless. Somebody's daughter could be homeless. A Leo. Why that dropped out like that? So clarify the high honour person and the illness. The high honour. Yeah, this is somebody who I felt somebody in the clergy is sick about the union. The thief is a friend. The change with the Ten of Swords. Clarify. Somebody coming to Ten of Swords. a shire. So this is, yeah, giving the whole shire, a shire. It's having a meeting, an unofficial meeting in a shire with a church. Yeah. About someone's friend, family, husband, brother. A society. There's a whole society involved here. Oh, gosh. Clarify this, a military person? The official person, the military person? Clarify this military person. It's written in the book, the coven. They're part of the coven. And they were paid. Well, they were paid for the children here, the consumer of children. The consumer of children, Ten of Pentacles. Who is paying the Ten of Pentacles? Coven, an uncle. Somebody's uncle is a consumer of children. So who is getting paid here? Who is getting this unexpected money? This false person. Who's this false person? Who's the false person? A Taurus? A Virgo in reverse. Let me just check that there's just one or there's two. A brother. Somebody's brother could have been a false person. Towards it. Oh, this is coming out under organised crime. And the Six of Cups, so that could be a family, right? His brother is here. A false person, an organised crime, a brother. Six. And then the message here with the Eight of Wands about somebody getting money, unexpected money. A brother got unexpected money for this organised crime. That could have been part of this consuming of children in this coven. You know, this is giving me like a brotherhood, you know. Clarify the Ace of Cups. The brotherhood of man, I heard. A society, a brotherhood. Men. Consuming children. A long road. So the gypsies, like clarify the gypsies. But there was the CCC, Crimes Commission, walked away a long road. The Seven of Wands, the protection. So somebody's been protected by the Crimes Commission is here. That's giving me like that Knights Templar energy. But they were also disguised with the five here as the gypsies, going back. But now, it's like the Crimes Commission. This is bizarre. His thoughts, the King of Wands, clarify. The King of Wands, Scorpio's sister. His thoughts about someone's sister, Scorpio. His thoughts about someone's sister. Travel. Why that travel?